And begin in a comfortable seated position. Let the legs be crossed naturally, the palms rest gently onto the thighs. Begin by pressing your heels slightly away from you, flexing the feet softly so that you can feel the legs a little bit active and engaged. From here, on the inhale, let yourself lift up a little bit taller. Exhale to drop the shoulders down the back. And begin to move your torso in just a small figure eight or forward and back to bring yourself to an even taller seat here on your mat. As you find yourself even forward and back, side to side, let yourself just become still and become sensitive to the breath, breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Thinking about the inhales bringing you lighter, longer, and taller. And thinking about the exhales bringing you up into that space. On the next inhale, drop the palms in front of the knees, arch the back, lifting the chest. Exhale, pull belly to spine, rounding back. You can use this light tension of the palm against the front of the knee to create a little extra lift through the spine. When you feel ready, begin to take this into a circle with the torso, thinking about feeling the rib cage move around. You can reverse the circle as it feels natural, and I'm going to grasp the hands lightly behind the base of my skull and lifting up gently my skull and upwards. I'm trying to isolate just the ribs as I circle a bit here. And hopefully if your abs are fairly strong already, you can get this nice lift here out of your low back. Again, let the reverse just happen naturally, just starting to bring a little bit more mobility into the torso. Notice that the legs have become less active, and keep the legs active. Keep rooting down through the hip points. Keep lifting up through the tops of the elbows or the top of the head as you move. On the next inhale, take the gaze upward, opening the elbows. And on the exhale, drop chin to the chest, feeling a slight pull up and out again of the spine. Release the arms and bring yourself to sit on your mat, feet hip width apart, and extend the legs forward, Dandasana. Flex the feet and then draw them together to touch so you feel the inner thighs active. I press my palms slightly down into the mat and lift up through my chest. On the exhale, round back through the spine. Inhale, lift the heart, slightly arching. Exhale again, C shape around the spine. Send the arms forward here. Inhale to plant the palms down, lifting the chest. And again here, exhale, round the spine, arms forward. Inhale to arch. Now sweeping the arms behind the body. On the exhale, bring them forward, palms face in. Inhale to reach the arms overhead, Dandasana. Opening the arms to the side. Exhale to bring the palms in. Feel the belly pull in. Inhale to reach the arms up again, Dandasana. Opening out to the side. Moving here on the breath, deepening the exhale to pull in and back. Still sending energy out through the heels, out through the inner balls of your feet as you're here. Moving deep on the breath here until you're ready to stop, bending your knees, reaching forward, tucking the tail, going vertebrae by vertebrae down to the mat. When you get there, arms will come down by the sides, feet come in a bit closer, windshield wiper the knees side to side to relax the back. I'm circling out my wrists here because having done a lot of planking today, they're already a bit tender. Bringing the arms to goalie position on the floor. Send the knees over to the left and then just pause there. Bring the right knee on top of the left and you're in your supine twist. Note that you can weight the top leg down with that left arm if it feels comfortable, and allow yourself to lengthen from your right hip all the way up into the right armpit and out. Breathing deep inhales here through the nose, exhaling through the nose. Gently coming through center. Take the hips a little to the left if you want before dropping the knees to the right. Again, knees belly button height. And as you open your body out into this twist, notice the energy from the top left knee even out to the left elbow. So you're getting this nice kind of big X across the body. Stay again for a breath in and out, and then return back to center, bringing the hands behind the head. Curl head, neck, shoulders up. Take your gaze slightly up towards the sky so you can heavy your neck into the hands and just start to lightly pulse. So you're noticing here that you're not pulling with your nose, but you're actually pulsing with your abs. You're pulling your abs in and down. Tiny, tiny pulses that don't make the neck tight because, again, you're weighting your head down into the hands. Tiny pulses that, again, don't come with your elbows pulling up to the sky, but it's just that pull in and down of the abs, in and down of the abs. You can take this into full range if you want, coming partway down and up. When you're finished, go ahead and bring your legs right up to the sky, finding your neutral spine. And this may or may not take you a little while. You want to notice that your abs grab and maintain your spine as neutral, where the back is not flat here. When you find that, hands pressed down by the sides, send the legs forward, squeezing the inner thighs. Bend the knees partway in, and then let the legs extend up to the sky, pressing again the legs forward of the body. Feel your tailbone weight down as your knees bend, legs again back up to the sky. So this whole time my back is not flat, it's neutral spine, my abs are grabbed. Again here, repeating once more probably, legs up to the sky, press the feet forwards. Feel your shoulders, your neck soften. And when you're ready, you can reverse this action. So bringing the legs back up to the sky, bending the knee, extending the legs forward, maybe pausing, weighting the tailbone down as you take your legs back up to the sky. When you're finished with the last one, bring it into happy baby. You might rock a little bit forward and back. I kind of drive with my feet almost like a steering wheel to lengthen my spine a bit as I'm here. Flexing the feet, you should almost feel that you're stamping them on the sky. Bring it into Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. Grab, if you can, the outer edges of the feet, the ankles, and just lightly press the knees down towards the top of your mat, bringing a little extra length into the body. Rock yourself up and come onto stand, top of your mat, feet parallel with the outer edges of the feet. Make a gentle figure eight or sway side to side. Feeling the weight again shift between right and left, front and back. Bring yourself to your tallest point, slightly forward on the feet out of the heels. Notice here that your abs tighten, your tailbone drops, and you have this slight lift through your chest as you look forward, gaze horizon level. Inhale, send the arms forward, press the hips back and down, squat. Exhale, press into the heels and rise back up. You can keep the feet hip width apart here. Inhale, send the hips back and down, reach forward. Exhale, push into the heels and rise. I test my balance here. I rise up onto the balls of my feet. Resist the down, let the arms rise if you want, Utthita Hastasana. Turn the right palm up as you tip to the left side, side bend, side stretch. Push into the right foot to stand upright. Turn the left palm up. Pull up to go over side bend to the right. Press into the left foot to rise up. Bring the arms down by the sides again. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, resist the down, send the hips back, arms forward. It's your squat. Press into the heels, rise up, breathing in, heels lift. Resist the down, come into squat, let the arms move forward, maybe slightly overhead. Moving here on the breath, inhale to lift. Exhale to release back and down. It's almost like a sun salutation here because you're linking your breath with your movement. But again, we're not going down onto the wrists. We're not doing much shoulder work today, keeping it nice and light with the body weight. Notice your tail still feels dropped as you find your balance on the rise. You can feel the weight move back into the back side of the feet as you sit low into your chair pose squat. Coming back up to Tadasana, move the feet a little closer together. Simple quad stretch. Right heel draws towards the seat. Notice that you still kind of zip your abs up, and I'm grabbing my foot with both hands behind my back so I can draw my shoulder blades back and down. Begin to make small circles with the knee then. Drop it forward, lift it up hip height, circle it out to the side and down. So this gentle circle is just kind of lubricating the hip joint. Hip points stay facing forward. A left side, heel pulls up towards the butt. Again, I use both of my hands to grab just to let my chest open without the arch of the low back. Release and stay tall. The knee again will bend as it lifts forward, circle to the side, and come right down by the other foot. Try again to hold onto your abs as you're here so you stay fairly stable, steady as you circle the hip. Circle the leg and the hip. Tadasana here when you finish. Soften the knees, step the right leg back. It's your warrior two. Reach the arms open to the sides. Inhale to lengthen the leg, arms lift. Exhale to press the arms apart, warrior two. Inhale to lengthen the leg long. Exhale to bend. Again, inhale, gathering space, gathering energy and air. Exhale to press it apart, and then hold with a deep bend in the front knee. Lift the left arm up, palm face out. Pull up to tip back, reversing the warrior. Deep bend in the front leg still exists. Side angle on the exhale. Left arm either thigh or down to the floor. I'm going to stay on tented fingers so that I'm really light on this bottom arm due to my shoulder kind of acting up. Top arm, you can reach it overhead. You can take it behind your back, wherever you feel most comfortable. Deep breaths here to feel yourself lengthen on the side seams of your shirt and your side angle. Gazing down towards the foot. If you want, inhale, extend the front leg triangle. Exhale, give it a bend. So just a little pump here. Inhale to lengthen the front leg. Exhale to give it a bend. When you feel steady enough, hold the leg mostly extended. Send the opposite arm straight up to the sky. With your neck, you can leave it long here or take your gaze up to the top hand. Notice the top hand has energy in it, so you're pressing slightly forward, pulling your abs in, and the body should feel like it's expanding in all directions. Reach the arm overhead, bend the front knee, and turn both toes to face the same side, both feet same side of your mat. Padottanasana. My elbows come pretty easily down to the floor. You may or may not need blocks here. Take a few breaths just to really breathe through the spine, and then opening the toes, turning out, settle into kind of a sumo squat. Bend the knees, press the right shoulder forward, right thigh back, twist. And then switch, left thigh press back, left shoulder forward, twist. Coming center, shift side to side slightly, let your weight drop, and then reach the arms out to the side, eagle arms, right arm under left. Bend the knees into your squat. Press into the heels to extend the legs. Again, inhale to give the knees a bend, resisting the down. Press into the heels, exhale to rise up. Lifting the gaze, lifting the heart when you lift. Again, settling down here into the legs. Lengthening a little bit, and then coming right back down into a small pulse here, pressing into the heels as the hips lift. Feeling the thighs fire up, feeling the quads slightly fire up. Hold at the base of the squat. Move the arms down to the front of the thighs and lift the heels up, finding your balance. Drop the heels down, extend the legs. Turn the left toes in, widen your stance, and again, open the arms out to warrior two. Arms lift on the inhale. Arms open on the exhale. Front leg extends all the way. Exhale, moving back into the space. Last one, inhale to lift. Exhale to bend, warrior two. Right palm faces out as it reaches up. Pull up to go back, reversing the warrior, catching that wrist. And then moving to side angle. Right arm, either down to thigh or hand lightly to the floor. I can move my top arm pretty easily over the head, but if you feel better keeping the arm reaching up towards the sky, that's fine too. Dropping the hand behind the back, because that's what I did on the first side, lets you just open your chest a little more. As you breathe here, let your tail pull slightly down towards the back heel so that you feel this kind of almost narrowness in your body as you breathe here. Gaze down towards the floor and extend the front leg, Trikonasana. Give the front knee a bend on the exhale. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to bend. Again, inhale to lengthen, and then hold Trikonasana, triangle pose. Again, activating the top, even the fingerprints in the top of the hand, so you can really feel the energy move across the shoulder blades. You're lengthening through the top of your head, and you're anchoring down through that back heel. Again, turn both toes out and face the side. This time, take it to a spider crawl. I like to kind of work through my feet here so you can see as I flex my foot, I reach through the ball of my foot first and then I move to shift my weight to the opposite side. Opening up the inner thighs, I'm trying to keep my heels down here. You can always come up higher and support your hands on your thighs if it's too much. Settle back down into your squat again, wrapping eagle arms, left arm under right. Start again with a small pulse here, actually, keeping your weight low, and then extend the legs, lift the gaze. Exhale, give the knees a bend. Press into the heels, extend, lift the heart, and then exhale down into the sumo squat, plie squat again. Push into the heels, lift, and then again exhale, and I think I'm going to hold down this time. Little shift side to side to feel your weight drop, and then again lengthen the arms down in front of the body. Press them into the thighs with a bit of energy force as you lift your heels up. And then bring yourself to face the front of your mat. Feet together to touch. Hands come into heart center. Close the eyes and just feel Tadasana, mountain pose in your body. Releasing the arms. Quad stretch again, right heel towards the seat. Feel lifted through the belly. And then transition to bring the knee in front of the body. Bring tension into the leg and the hand as you grab it with your left hand. Dropping the shoulder down, my left elbow is bent and I'm reaching my right arm back into this twist. Hip point still facing forward. Draw thigh into the chest, feel your abs grab, your tail drop. And from here, slightly shift forward with your chest so you can bend your standing leg. Sending your right leg back to find a high lunge with arms reaching forward. Shift the weight back, bend the back knee. And then lengthen the back leg. Inhale, lift towards a chest opening, arms lift towards the sky. Exhale, arms forward, bend the back knee. Inhale, lengthen the back leg, lift the chest, lift the arms up. One more time, exhale, arms forward, dropping the back knee slightly, but still strong in your belly as you lower with control, knee to the mat. Bring the hands behind the back, palms clasped together, Anjalayasana. Hips shift forward, chest reaches forward and up. And there's a nice press down into both feet here, so you use that to find a little lift in your abs and your belly. Hands release to frame the front foot. Rock forward and back between Ardha Hanumanasana, half split, and Anjalayasana, forward into the front leg. There's not too much of a deep stretch happening in that back hip flexor. If there is, ease up, maybe grab a little blocks under the hands. When you're ready to hold Anjalayasana, hold with the hips pulling back. Try to lengthen the spine forward so you actually feel a natural curve in your back, not a rounding of the spine. The more you flex through that left foot, the deeper the intensity goes into that belly of the hamstring, that stretch on all three hamstrings. It goes deep. Shift forward, lift the back knee up, step the back foot up to meet the front, and roll up to stand. Beginning with your left side. Left heel comes up towards your seat. Quad stretch. Hold the abs tight as you bring the knee forward, hip height. Again, hips square forward as you reach the left arm back and you've caught your thigh with your right arm. Notice the right elbow bends so that as you reach back, you've got a softening in your shoulders. On the next inhale, hug thigh to the chest. Bring it in as tight as you can, but still leaving the tail dropping towards the ground. Release then by softening the front knee. High lunge. Arms will start to reach up alongside the face, and then exhale, hands come forward, bend the back knee. Inhale to press through the back leg, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Exhale, shift the weight, back knee bends. Inhale, front leg stays bent, back leg extends. Again, moving here, slowly bringing the back knee down to the mat. Let your arms grab with the weird thumb on top. And then slightly send the hips forward so you get a nice chest lift here as you move into your Anjalayasana. Release the hands to frame the front foot, again rocking forward and back between Ardha Hanumanasana and Anjalayasana. Opening up the psoas in that left thigh, left leg, opening up the hamstring, trying to leave your chest forward as you start to pull your hips back so that you really lengthen through the sides of the body, holding Hanumanasana, Ardha Hanumanasana when you're ready. Again, the more you pull the front toes up towards the sky, feel the heel press away from the body, you get a deeper stretch. It's okay if the knee isn't fully extended. Feel length in the back as you breathe. To come out, shift the weight onto the front leg, bring the back leg up to meet the front, and roll up to stand again at the top of your mat. Lifting your right leg, send the chest forward, soften the standing leg. Hands can grab behind your back, coming into a warrior three. Notice the back foot is flexed. The inner thigh is engaged so that your leg stays parallel. I shift my weight slightly into the back of that left foot so I can feel the belly of my glute catch. And then maybe extend the front leg. If you feel too much hamstring, keep the front leg slightly bent. Breathing on the in and out here. Slightly pump the bottom leg if you can. But again, the more you keep your weight back, you feel your glute hold you there, which is important. Bend the back knee and rise back up carefully. As you grab right heel to the butt, take a quick quad stretch and slightly this time press the foot into the hands to open the chest, open the arms just slightly. Move from here into dancer pose, softening the left knee if you need to. Sending the left arm forward. Make sure the chest comes forward as you lift the right leg back and up. There should be a nice opening through the upper back here, not a crunching in the low back. As you return to stand, come out of it gently as possible with a slight quad stretch. And then lengthen the right leg forward. Bend your left knee. Sit back into the foot and then push into the left heel as you lift up Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. There's a peace sign on your right big toe. I'm going to take my leg open to the side, and my left arm will send it straight up to the side. Arm is still in my peripheral vision here. Let go of the leg, bring the arms overhead, and then gently bring the leg down to meet the opposite leg. Arms come back down by the sides. Soften the right knee, send the left leg back, finding your warrior three with the hands behind the body or alongside the sides of the body. Again, flexing the left foot strongly, engaging the inner thigh. Notice that the weight is slightly back into that right leg, and then again take that pumping if you want on the inhale and exhale. If you move the weight back first, you're not going to get as much hamstring grab because your glute will be in charge here. If it hurts to extend the front leg, just keep the soft bend in the knee and hold your posture, hold your balance. To come out, slowly bend the back leg, pushing into the front heel to rise, catching the foot with the palms right behind the back. Press the foot lightly back, lift the chest. And then release just a little so that you can free up your right hand, moving into Nadarajasana dancer pose. From your dancer pose here, the video may be a little different, so try to listen to my words. Send your left heel forward, bend your right knee and take the hips back and down, reaching forward with your left peace sign on your big toe. Push into the right heel to rise up to your Ekapada Padangusthasana. From here, pull the shoulders back and down, and you'll feel upright, almost like the letter T. It's okay if that leg isn't entirely straight, but you want this open chest, shoulders over the hips, over the bottom heel. Right arm can reach energetically out to the side as the left leg kind of sways open to the left. To come out, release the leg, let it get longer as it comes down to the ground. Tadasana, arms reach overhead, Utthita Hastasana, and then settle back and down into your chair pose, Utkatasana. Hands can come into heart center. Sit back and down even more, squeezing the inner thighs, lift with the heart, and then take your twist to the right side. My wrists again are tender, so I'm fisting with my left wrist, wrapping with my right, kind of like rocks and paper scissors. without the scissors. Come through center chair pose, release the arms up, and then bring hands to heart center again, taking twist to the left. Notice that there's this gentle pull back with that right hip. It's not a cramming of the knees to align, but it's a gentle pull back of the hip, keeping the hip square, pulling back and down. Release center, Utkatasana, press into the heels to rise, and then draw the hands down as you rise up onto the balls of the feet, squeezing the tummy, bending your knees, keeping head over shoulders over hips. Send your arms slightly forward, and you're coming down to sit on your mat. Reaching the arms forward or supporting with the fingers on the floor, Navasana boat pose, legs lift. Ardha Navasana, lean back, legs extend. Exhale to come back up, Navasana, legs come in. My shins are staying parallel to the floor as best they can. And notice there's that little tuck of the tail that lets you guide your way partway down. Exhale, belly to spine to come partway up. Trying to keep the chest released, chest open. So the tension is that area south of the ribs. Lengthening the legs forward, reaching with the arms to match the angle of the thighs. Slight pulses here, up an inch, down an inch. Building a little more heat in the belly before you relax down, bringing the feet to the mat. Hip width apart are the feet. Start by windshield wipering the knees side to side like you did in the beginning. Tucking the tail, lifting the hips up vertebrae by vertebrae. I move my arms down by the sides of my body, and then lower the hips down again, vertebrae by vertebrae. The more time you take care here to tuck the tail, flatten the spine, then lift piece by piece by piece by piece by piece. And as you come down the opposite direction, try to get every bit of your thoracic spine so that you really start to separate what feels almost tight or fused for some people. Getting more mobility into the back. When you're ready, we're going to hold here, bridge pose. So the feet remain parallel, hip width apart. The hips lift. And when you're ready to hold, you can shimmy the arms under the back, grabbing the palms together. Gaze stays straight up to the sky, protecting the cervical spine. Notice the inner thighs. You can almost feel them spinning slightly down to keep the legs parallel here. Release the arms, release the hips down to the mat. Take a full breath in, full breath out. On the next inhale, one more bridge, lifting the hips up. Either ripping the sides of the mat apart or shimmying the hands under the body to grab palms together. Hold for about 4 or 5 deep breaths. Notice if the toes feel gripped, let them relax. Pressing into the feet evenly at the end of your breaths, releasing the arms, rolling back down to the spine, or rolling back down, hips to the mat. Draw the thighs into the chest. Curl head, neck, shoulders up, and begin to scissor stretch the legs. You can catch behind the back of the calf. So getting a light stretch in the legs. If you need a bend in the knees, that's fine too. I'm working hard to hold my legs parallel here because they naturally want to turn out. Rocking back up. Draw your feet into a Dandasana shape and then cross your right foot over your left leg. I'm going to wind up that bottom leg, but you don't have to. Lift up to twist to the right first. You can hug the arm around the leg, or you can cut the elbow into that front thigh. As you twist, my neck is tender, but try to lift the chest and turn with your gaze to the back of the room. Counter twist, bow down the opposite direction, and then extend the bottom leg first, coming into Janu Shirsasana. Right foot pulls up to the inner thigh, untuck the flesh from your hips, and then shimmy yourself forward and over that front leg. You can even grab for the left wrist if you're extra bendy. And as you breathe here, try to feel the breath move down the spine, out the top of the head. Exhale into the space you created, moving deeper. Inhale again to lengthen forward. Exhale to move a bit deeper into that space. can always support here if you need it with a strap around the left ball of the foot, noticing that your shoulders should feel relaxed as you stretch here your hamstring. Gently, when you come up, wrap the foot into your left bicep like a cradle here. I like to rock slightly back and forth. Your modification here would be a figure 4. So you can bend the left foot, bend the left knee, and take ankle to knee here and just sit tight into that stretch, flexing the right foot no matter where you are. I'm actually probably going to go a bit further, but don't mind me. I'm moving eventually my right arm in front of the right thigh, trying to kind of get the foot around the neck, not trying too hard, but little by little, day by day. You can stay here with just the cradle of the leg, or you can stay with that figure 4 stretch. Many, many deep breaths. When you're ready, gently release the leg to neutral in front of you and start to crawl your way down the leg using your abs, tucking your tail so you go vertebrae by vertebrae back down by the floor. I'm painfully trying to struggle to get the leg behind my head still. But you can settle here for a half happy baby too, where you just bend your right knee and hold the outer edge of the foot. The left leg will stay extended, possibly on the floor. My left leg is getting involved in what's happening with the right leg. Extend the leg out to the side if that feels good for you, a little inner thigh stretch. From your half happy baby, we're coming back up. So lengthen the leg long, press the calf into the hands as the hands draw slightly back from the calf. And then release the leg long, reach the arms overhead. Kind of a good morning stretch. From here, legs can bend. Windshield wiper your knees slightly side to side. Pause and take a big breath in through the nose, big breath out through the nose. And thighs into the chest, rock yourself up for the opposite side. So again, your right foot can stay forward, or you can wind it up as your left leg crosses your right, taking your seated spinal twist, pushing down into the ball of the foot on that left foot to lift up and twist more. Counter twist, bowing down the opposite direction. And then extending the bottom right leg first, bring the left foot into Janu Sirsasana, so slightly pulling back the flesh from the hips, flexing the front foot and inhaling to lengthen forward and exhaling to fall forward over the front leg, grabbing perhaps for the right wrist as you stretch, or again using a strap around the ball of the foot. Either way, you should feel the shoulders slightly soften so they come away from the ears. As you breathe here, root down through the hips so that you can lengthen forward. And then when you're ready, start to come up. Cradling that left leg into the body. The arch of your foot might even hit that right bicep. Again, if this feels uncomfortable, bend the right leg. Set your left ankle onto the right knee and you've got your figure 4. Notice that your chest is open, it's bright as you're stretching here. I'm moving just slightly back and forth, cradling that leg into the body, getting a stretch into that left outer hip. And again, I'm eventually going to start wobbling around some more, trying to get the ankle around my head. Don't worry about that if it's not for you. Congratulations if you can actually do it. It's kind of fun. Go ahead and extend the leg forward, neutral, and control your roll down to the ground. When you get down there, a great place to be if you don't want to roll around somewhere like I am, is your half happy baby. So the left knee can bend. You can weight down the outer edge of that foot with your hand. Right leg can stay extended forward. If it's very uncomfortable, stamp the right foot onto the mat. I'm moving into a little leg extension here, pressing into my inner heel and lengthening my leg out. From here, extend the leg up and out. Again, create a little tension, hand into leg, leg into hand. And then release the leg down to meet the other leg, arms overhead. Draw both thighs into the chest, coming into happy baby, and either stay there or again grab the inner heels and extend both legs to a little bit of a straddle stretch. Same as you began, move into Baddha Konasana briefly, open the legs. You can also place the feet down into the mat and just press the hands into the thighs, making space for your low back. When you're ready, rock yourself up, open the legs to a straddle stretch, straight out to the sides, and begin to fold forward. If you need a little bit of elevation, it can help to sit onto a pillow or blankets. And when you're ready, just kind of draw your chest farther and farther down to the ground. Support where you need to with blocks, with pillows. If it feels better to stay seated upright with the hands behind the legs, pressing the chest forward and up, just stay there. Take many deep breaths as you're here. So you really start to settle deeper into the posture, letting your shoulders relax, letting your jaw relax. Even the feet can relax so the inner thighs can get a deeper stretch. Gently roll in, bring yourself back, and finding a comfortable seat again, maybe with the legs crossed the opposite direction. The shoulders, a gentle lift up into the ears and roll them back and down. Noticing that you end here with a nice open chest. Feeling your weight again move back into the sits bones so that you can feel the outer edges of your knees drop slightly. And as you bring yourself here into a seated meditation to finish, let your gaze be straightforward, the eyes closed. Extra energy, you can turn the palms up to the sky. More grounding, keep the palms down. And just focus here on the breath and stay as long as you need. Namaste. Nadarajasana, dancer pose. From your dancer pose here, the video may be a little different, so try to listen to my words. Coming out, stay strong in your abs, release barely down to a Tadasana, so you still feel strong in your center. Send your left heel forward, bend your right knee and take the hips back and down. Reaching forward with your left peace sign on your big toe. Push into the right heel to rise up to your Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. Ekapada Padangusthasana. From here, pull the shoulders back and down, and you'll feel upright, almost like the letter T. It's okay if that leg isn't entirely straight, but you want this open chest, shoulders over the hips, over the bottom heel. Right arm can reach energetically out to the side as the left leg kind of sways open to the left. Keep this feeling of hugging a sequoia tree, a giant sequoia tree. So the body is forward, your back is expanding as you hold this posture. To come out, release the leg, let it get longer as it comes down to the ground. Tadasana, arms reach overhead, Utthita Hastasana, and then settle back and down into your chair pose, Utkatasana. Hands can come into heart center. Sit back and down even more, squeezing the inner thighs, lift with the heart, and then take your twist to the right side. My wrists again are tender, so I'm fisting with my left wrist, wrapping with my right, kind of like rocks and paper scissors without the scissors. Come through center chair pose, release the arms up, and then bring hands to heart center, again taking twist to the left. Notice that there's this gentle pull back with that right hip. It's not a cramming of the knees to align, but it's a gentle pull back of the hip, keeping the hip square, pulling back and down. Release center, Utkatasana, press into the heels to rise, and then draw the hands down as you rise up onto the balls of the feet, squeezing the tummy, bending your knees, keeping head over shoulders over hips. Send your arms slightly forward, and you're coming down to sit on your mat. Reaching the arms forward or supporting with the fingers on the floor. Navasana, boat pose, legs lift. Ardha Navasana, lean back, legs extend. Exhale to come back up, Navasana, legs come in. My shins are staying parallel to the floor as best they can. And notice there's that little tuck of the tail that lets you guide your way partway down. Exhale, belly to spine to come partway up. Trying to keep the chest released, chest open. So the tension is that area south of the ribs. Lengthening the legs forward, reaching with the arms to match the angle of